Hi, Zelda. What's going on, girl? She's not impressed with anything I ever do. October is pretty exciting in the world of NaNoWriMo. And October is prep month. That's when you start really getting ready. And it starts with October 1st, unless you're an ML like me, because I've been running around since September. October 1st, for one thing, is when all previous data from last year gets swept clean. So until October 1st, you still are staring at the stats for last year's NaNoWriMo, and then October 1st is completely clean, and that is the first day that you can officially go on NaNoWriMo and declare your novel. And you have to have your novel declared before you can ever update your words, because you have to have a name for your project. Of course, you don't actually have to name your project and declare a novel on October 1st. You can do it much later, but that is the first day that you can actually do it. So this month has been prep month. Hi. Hey, Bubba's. So it's just really exciting to see all the new stuff. This year, we did something a little different. As I had mentioned last year, our library's never been registered as a space before, and it was finally registered as a space, and we decided to do some prep events. So October 4th was our first prep event, which was basically Introduction to NaNoWriMo, which is where we talked about what NaNoWriMo was. We showed people the website and how to use it. We explained what the goals of NaNoWriMo was. 5 people showed up, but I think that was pretty good considering, number one, this is a very small town. Number two, for all these October events was pretty last minute, because by the time we solidified the dates of these events, the October calendar had already gone up. So we didn't really have a lot of time. Everyone had heard of NaNoWriMo except for one person. So we sat down and just talked about what NaNoWriMo was. We talked about how I had started a Facebook group for NaNoWriMo, talked about the regions and all those things. So I thought it was pretty good. October 11th, which was only a few days ago, we talked about how to plot or not plot your novel. So one of the local writers came in and she talked about different ways that you can plot your novel, which I found really ingenious. I have a hard time plotting when it comes to NaNoWriMo, not anything else. If I were doing a regular project outside of NaNoWriMo, I probably would plot, but it's just easier for me to do the pants thing, and I just talked about why you would pants and how to do it. I basically mentioned that by November 1st, or maybe a couple days before, if you really have no idea what you're doing, then you're a pantster. I mentioned a couple of book names to the director, and the director being the director, she ordered those books. So one of the books is called Write Your Novel from the Middle, A New Approach for Plotters, Pantsters, and Everyone in Between by James Scott Bell. This particular author has a lot of books on writing, such as writing dialogue, writing fight scenes, just all sorts of stuff like that. And this isn't a big book. This is a pretty small book, easy to get through. I found it was pretty useful. It has a decent amount of points, especially for someone who really just doesn't know what they're doing. Not everybody would find it useful. It just depends on where you're at in your writing. The other book that my director ordered that I haven't looked at yet, and I want to flip through it as fast as possible because I know other people are going to want to look at it as well. No Plot, No Problem, a low stress, high velocity guide to writing a novel in 30 days. And this is by the founder of NaNoWriMo. You can get this from Amazon. You can probably get this from most bookstores, and you can get it from the NaNoWriMo store. And the ones in the NaNoWriMo store are actually an autographed copy. We're not doing any workshops next week because the library is going to be closed, but we're going to be doing another one October 25th, which is brainstorming and writing from the middle. We also have our write-in scheduled, and I feel pretty darn accomplished. I think for my first year being a municipal liaison, I'm doing pretty darn well, but I'm already learning very quickly what to do differently. Not that I did anything wrong, but there are things that I obviously need to do further in advance. So regardless of whether or not I'm a municipal liaison next year, if I want my library involved, I'm definitely going to have to do some things earlier. I don't know whether or not anyone's interested in actually doing something at the library for the Now What months, but if we are going to be interested, I'm definitely probably going to have to let my director know sometime next month. I've been communicating with back and forth with the ML in my region and Reno. We are doing virtual write-ins. The other ML, she is fixing it so we're going to do virtual write-ins on this program called Slack, or it's this site called Slack that I've never heard of in my life, but it's sort of like, it's like a private type of chat room from what I can see. She's going to schedule them, but I'm probably going to do some impromptu write-ins, virtual write-ins on Facebook. And what I'm probably going to do is, even though there is not going to be any scheduled write-ins on Saturday, I'm probably just going to make sure everyone knows that I'm going to be there on Saturday if they want to come and write with me. For the rest of you, declare your novel if you want to, and remember that NaNoWriMo does have its own channel, and they do have virtual write-ins on, well, I guess it's Google Hangouts or whatever, but if you go on their page, you will see all the scheduled days that they're doing their write-ins next month. If you hit the little reminder button, you should get your pop-up that says that they're doing it, and I find it pretty helpful. There's just plenty of resources if you want a little help. I'm actually pretty proud of how things are going. I have declared my novel. If you would like to add me as a buddy, you're more than welcome to. I'll give you the link to my page. I don't have a plot. I basically just have, it's an idea that just popped in my head. I'm not going to plot it because it's, like I said, it's just an idea and I have nothing else in my head. I do know also that the winter shirts have already on pre-sale. They can sell out. If you know you're going to win, or you strongly feel that you're going to win, you might want to put in your order now. They will have a second sale. So it's like they have the pre-sales, and this is for people who want to actually get their shirt mid-November in the mail. And then even if those sell out, you will have another chance to order it sometime after that. So it's not like once it sells out, you've lost your chance. My next video is probably going to be an update on my reading progress, which has been a little bit slower than normal. Nobody even clicked on the last reading progress, and I don't know if it's because no one was interested or because because no one's belling me. It was so hilarious because there were two videos, one on this channel and one on my vlog channel, and both videos were 0 for over a week, and my boyfriend was like, "Oh, you made it? You had a video?" I'm like, "Yeah, what do you mean? Yes, I have a video." He's like, "I wasn't notified of this video." And apparently we realized that we kind of realize what the bell really means. It means that if you press the subscribe button, you'll get notified sometimes. It actually says get notified. It's the way it's worded, it's like get notified every once in a while. But then the bell means get notified every time. And I'm like, well, when you have 15 subscribers, that pretty much means 0 views. You know what I mean? I have no monetization, and that's fine, but if no one, not even one person, clicks on the video, it's like, what is the point then? Like, really, what is the point? And I probably won't say anything else about NaNoWriMo until it gets a little bit closer to the first. I just want to tell you guys that things are doing pretty good. So I'll probably see you in a couple days because I'm in the process of, I can't talk. I hate that. I stumble over, blah, 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 blah. I was just trying to say I stumble over my words and I couldn't even get that sentence out. That is embarrassing. Well, happy reading to every one of you. And for those of you who plan on participating in NaNoWriMo this year, good luck. Please feel free to add me as a buddy because I add everybody back, and blah, 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 blah. I have nothing to say. My brain's like, go to bed. So I am. So talk to you all soon. Bye.